People in the cryptocurrency world are very excited today because one of the strangest things happened. The US Federal Reserve, which is in charge of a big part of the US economy, has announced that it will use XRP, the digital currency created by Ripple Labs. This is great news for people who own XRP and people who are interested in cryptocurrencies in general. Since its release, XRP has been one of the most talked about coins in the market, getting both bad press and good reviews. Many people think that traditional banks will eventually switch to digital currencies like Bitcoin or Ethereum, but the idea of the Federal Reserve backing a cryptocurrency has surprised everyone. Some of the world's most important banks are putting their faith in XRP. This could be a big deal for the whole crypto market. What does this mean for XRP's future and, more importantly, its value? The big question everyone has is whether this statement comes true and XRP's price will go through the roof, possibly reaching $10,000 per coin. If XRP becomes a major player in the cryptocurrency world, it could also change the way we think about digital currencies and their role in the global economy. This isn't just another speculative headline. The US Federal Reserve, a giant in the world of finance, is supporting a cryptocurrency that was once met with a lot of doubt. What does this mean for the future of XRP and other coins, and how might that change the way we think about them? For a better understanding of how important it is that the US Federal Reserve chose to use XRP, let's look at the specifics and see how this could make XRP one of the most valuable assets in the world. To start, let's take a step back and look at what XRP is. XRP was created by Ripple Labs in 2012 to be a quick, easy, and cheap way to send money across countries. This is different from Bitcoin, which relies on mining to process transactions. Because XRP has its own consensus algorithm, transactions can be finished much more quickly and with lower fees. This made it a good choice for banks and other financial institutions that needed to. It's possible to send big amounts of money between countries without having to wait a long time or pay a lot of money. XRP was first thought of as a way to speed up international payments by reducing the time it takes to send money from days to seconds. The idea was to make international payments as simple and quick as writing an email over the internet. There are partnerships between Ripple Labs and many financial institutions, and XRP is now widely used in the banking sector for this purpose. However, XRP's journey has not been easy. There has been ongoing legal uncertainty, especially about whether XRP should be considered a security or a currency, which made some people question its future even with these problems. Because it works well in finance and has a strong network of relationships, XRP has stayed one of the top cryptocurrencies by market cap. Other cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum are often seen as risky investments. XRP has made a name for itself as a way to make things better. How quickly and easily financial deals can be made. The fact that the US Federal Reserve has agreed to use XRP is a big sign that they believe in its technology and potential. It shows that the world's biggest banks are not only realizing the value of cryptocurrencies, but also trying to work them into the current financial system. Is a big step forward for digital currencies in general, not just Ripple Labs or the crypto community. The Federal Reserve's choice to use XRP could be the start of a much bigger trend in the global financial system where cryptocurrencies become an important part of everyday transactions. It shows that XRP is no longer just a speculative asset but a real player. In the future of world finance, with help from the Federal Reserve, XRP could change the way money moves around the world, making it faster, cheaper, and more efficient than ever. Now that we know what part XRP has played in the financial world, let's look at why this official confirmation from the US Federal Reserve could send XRP's price through the roof. The Federal Reserve's support for XRP sends its value through the roof. This gives it a huge amount of credibility not only among institutions but also with regular people. Up until now, many people have been skeptical of XRP because of its legal problems, reputation as a banker's coin, and unique place in the crypto world. However, the Federal Reserve's involvement changes this story completely. When a financial giant like the Federal Reserve backs a cryptocurrency, it sends a clear message to the rest of the world that XRP is not just a passing trend or a risky investment. It's a real and necessary part of the global financial ecosystem. The government backing. It's possible that more institutions will start using XRP because other central banks, financial institutions, and even governments will see how useful and valuable it is. This kind of backing from institutions could make cryptocurrencies much less volatile, which would make XRP a safer investment, an investment for both big companies and regular people. XRP's expected value is the next thing we'll talk about. A $10,000 price tag for a single XRP may sound too good to be true, but the things that could cause such a price increase are real. As more banks add XRP to their payment systems, demand for the coin will naturally rise. The fact that there will never be more than 100 billion XRP, and that demand is high, could make the price go up even more. How people feel about XRP will also be important, especially since the Federal Reserve and other big institutions are starting to use it. It's possible that more small investors will join the trend, which will make demand even higher. Demand isn't the only thing that makes XRP valuable. Its speed, low transaction fees, and ability to settle payments in real time make it a very appealing option for banks, businesses, and people who need to send or receive large amounts of money quickly. XRP is useful in the real world, which is one of the main reasons why it's valuable. As more people learn about how useful XRP is, its value is likely to rise to represent this. Predicting a $10,000 price point may still sound like a tall order, though. It's not completely impossible that it could happen. A lot of people, including states and financial institutions, are becoming interested in XRP. If this trend continues, the price could go up, and its value could go up a lot. This is true whether you're an experienced investor or just interested in the future of cryptocurrency. The Federal Reserve's confirmation of XRP's role in the financial system makes one thing clear. XRP has a very bright future, and its value could reach new uncharted heights. When you look ahead, the future of XRP is very bright. It's exciting, especially since the Federal Reserve is now officially behind it. This decision starts a new era for the cryptocurrency, both in the world of digital currencies and in the larger financial ecosystem. Adding XRP to the current financial infrastructure could completely change how transactions are handled around the world, making them faster. Cross-border payments that are cheaper. There's a chance that other countries' central banks will soon follow the Federal Reserve's lead and add XRP or similar coins to their own payment systems. This could cause